And we're live. So, welcome to episode 3, Ex-Bearded Podcast. This is the one with FaceFur. So, obviously, I am Doc's Bearded Reviews. We have Andy, Mr. Beard Things, and our special guest today is Annette from FaceFur. Welcome.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today? Andy, how you doing, man?
Good, bro. Good. Busy day. Been out on the bike. Been that's about it. Been trying to exercise a lot. I'm becoming a fat bastard these days. I'll say that I'm on a dragon soup. So just all the hard work I've done today, fucked it all up.
Annette, how you doing?
Yep, good. Busy day, but looking forward to this. Thank you for inviting me on. Feel honoured.
Our pleasure.
Not a problem. That's part and parcel of what we do. We like to get new small batch brands. Small batch brands. I've not even had enough beer yet, and I can't even pronounce it. This one's going to be a long one, clearly. But that's exactly what we do. We like to get new companies involved and spread the word. So let's have a look who we've got today. And do you know what? First thing what I want to say thank you and a hello to Hayley Evans, because she commented on this video at 4:30 this afternoon to say hi. So that's 4.5 hours early. So Hayley, thank you. Hello. If you are live with us, great. If not, we'll hopefully you'll see us on the replay tomorrow. In with us we have Scott Evans, Daddy Evans, the Smolder, Mr. William Hercules. Let's give us a Smolder. So this is the Ryan Flynn look. So we've got to do the little pouch. We've got Dave Wallace. So Mr. Oh no, he's not Mr. NI Viking no more, is he? He's changed his name. We have Ryan Byrne, Mr. Mustache, as we like to call him. Rusty Reviews.
His name is Batman, the real Batman.
The real Batman.
Batman.
We've got Rusty Reviews in with us today, so he's either pulled a sickie or he's actually managing to jump in whilst he's in from work. Good influence. What else we got? Anthony Jones in with us today. Bearded Yorkshire lad, which means it's going to be a chaotic one as per usual. Big Fat Beard. Thank you very much. Mr. OG, been with us for a long time. Even back in the Bearded Bear reviews days, he was always involved with us. We've got Aaron Morgan, Budgie, and go from there. Sean is also with us today. Trinity Beard, Mr. Shire Spirits as well. Thank you. And Beardolution, of course, another one who's with us every single week.
Carol Baskin.
Right. So, Andy, tell me, man, what you've been up to since the last podcast?
What have we up to? So I've been continuing with the beard butter experiments. I haven't done a blog since. I've just been in my dark room plotting and scheming about the CBD butters. The process of making them is going to be a long process. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing the same things I did before. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing anything. It is a process. But I've been starting to think about branding. I don't know if you guys saw a few posts before. I was looking at some similar bottles to what I've got, but a few green accents for the green, the CBD. But yeah, I've kind of been doing that, really been working. And yeah, that's about it, really. Started training again. Some fat cunt.
Annette, how have you been? What have you been up to since, well, I would say since the last podcast, but just in general, how's things been going?
Just the normal, homeschooling, fabulous. Weekends, drinking to get over the homeschooling, and then it's back to homeschooling. But they're back on Monday, so freedom. That's about it. So yeah, same thing. Get back training, lose the lockdown weight, and then all good.
Tell me about it, Jesus.
And Alcoholics Anonymous as well is also calling.
I think everyone seems to be turning that one today. So whilst we are talking about alcohol, what are we drinking today? So my one, I've got, just going back to the Rona. Annette, you on the sparklers?
National Brits, because it goes with the logo. Nothing is not consistent.
I like it. I've got one can. I'm almost done with the dragon soup. But then I've got the Bud Light. And then when I need the backup, I'm calling in the Gordons.
Ooh, hardcore. That's
it.
Go from there. Where are we? Right. So we've got in with us Gary, Mr. Wee Belfast man. He's in with us as well. Actually, we have a quick question. Andy, how many times are you going to say candle tonight?
I'm not going to say the C word. I'm going to say the C word a lot, but not that C word.
We've also got Big Fat on the Guinness, as per usual. I don't think that guy drinks anything else whatsoever. We've got Bearded Yorkshire Lad, who is rocking out a what? A Riben?
That sounds like a beer. Maybe.
Something in Captain Morgan. I've got no idea what that is. That's either something really posh or just like something really bad and from Yorkshire.
Rheinbacher. Yeah.
Something like that. Rusty's just rocking out a bit of coffee tonight.
Oh.
Rusty's still hungover from our last one.
Possibly, yeah. That did take me a little while to get over. Last podcast was a little bit. It got messy. There was a long conversation after the podcast.
Oh, no, we got an hour afterwards. That was fun.
Yeah. You got Sean. He's saying bugger all because he's got COVID.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's like they say antibiotics. It's all myth. It's all myth.
Nah. We've got Budgie. William is also on. I'm just typical Scott. Look at him. Iron Brew. Bloody hell.
But he's drinking it like this. He's drinking like this.
What, with a fucking straw? Aaron was on the Audi beer and also the Kraken. So, right. Thank you for... We all know what we're all drinking now because, as we said, we are an alcoholic show. And we'll go from there. So, shout outs this week, as we normally do. We like to shout out people. We like to say thank you. And we like to encourage people to get involved in the community. So, this week, my shout out is going to be Baldy Bastel. Recently moved away from Wild Hair Reviews. He's decided to go onto himself and do his own personal stuff. There was no reasons why, just put up there that's what he's doing. So just for him, for me, good luck. Welcome. Well, I say welcome to the community. He's always been involved in the community anyway. But obviously having that sort of personal freedom and be able to pick and choose sort of where you go from there. It's not an easy step. It's something which I did sort of obviously when Bearded Bear Reviews broke away. It's quite a hard decision when you've done something for so long to actually have to branch out and want to do it. And it's a big step for him, but I think that guy will do really, really well. He knows his shit. So if you ain't following him already, make sure you jump across and you do follow him. Andy?
I've got to second that because he's in my Bearded Villains chapter and he's a fucking legend and he really knows his stuff. And he actually came up with the name for my unscented beard oil, Bare Knuckles. Genius marketing strategy, that is. So they got it by ourselves.
Andy, who's your shout outs for this week, mate?
So first shout out is for a member of the community. I speak to him a lot. Really good guy, Mark McDowell. I hope you're watching, bro. He's got some big plans. He's going to be jumping into the bearded community big time soon. We talk a lot. He's a genius, good guy, sound as fuck. We talk a lot. Really cool guy. Also, I've got a shout out for another company. Of course, I think most of you have seen what's going on at the moment, but when I say shout out, more a big old fuck you. Yeah, Big Fat Beard. Jumping on the meme war. Was it the small batch Beard Co Civil War? In fact, I've got John with me right now. Here he is. Hey John, how's it going? You good, bro? Yeah. What's happening, bro? Yeah. Cool. What's up, John? But no, in all seriousness, Big Fat Beard, fucking love Big Fat Beard. You've supported us from day one with Bearded Bear Reviews. He's always on our chats. He's a good fucking laugh. And I'm loving the meme wars right now. It is fucking hilarious. I've been in tears for the last few days. It's only going to get better.
It is. Annette, who are your shout outs for this week?
So I've got two shout outs. I've got Rusty Reviews because he's kind of been with us from the very beginning. I think he was one of the first people to ever buy an oil off us. He's done a few reviews for us. you know, and he's always dead fair. And like some of the, like I've sent him a beer butter, which was basically shit. And he sort of went, he was dead nice about it, but he went, yeah, I think it needs more work because it dripped out the tin. So yeah, trust reviews, because I think we're kind of having our little journey sort of together. Your second shout out is for Ryan, the Bearded Burn, because he's sound lad. Let me rob his videos to put on my website and all that, because he's so good in front of the camera. So yeah, that's my second shout out to him. Cheers, Ryan.
Lovely, that is it. Yeah, we do. We love Ryan. He's actually part of the Andy's Beardkins group as well. And he's a wicked lad.
Ryan, are you in the sesh shed? If you are, I love you.
We've also got in with us today, Tony, the Bearded Brit, says hello. From there, yeah, Tony is another one. He's another reviewer who's very strict with what he says, but it's feedback. That's sort of how you progress. Jumping back,
you need the truth, don't you? You want to hear the truth, because if your stuff's shit, you need to hear it to go back and make it better. So good people just flammily where they go, oh yes, brilliant, when it's not. So yeah,
exactly. And I think that's sort of where you come into the whole fake reviews and sort of people with just not a lot of experience. It is really important to sort of have your reviewers there. And it's nice that, like for yourself, you've got Rusty, who you are going along this journey with. And as a reviewer, obviously myself, I do that same process with other companies as well. And it's really nice when you can sort of almost see them from the very beginning to the point where they're really involved in the community. And it is a lovely process sort of for everyone. But where are we? Right, so jumping back onto drinkers, I've got no idea what that is whatsoever.
Right. It's a whiskey. It's a scotch. It's a good scotch. This man knows his whiskey.
Is it? I just thought he was extremely drunk already and just randomly.
He tried to write lager, but that's what came out.
So obviously, as we were talking about, we are talking about the meme wars as well. That's something which, do you know what? We will catch on to that a little bit later. But yeah, meme wars at the moment is a big thing, which actually is going to evolve into UBBC, which is the Ultimate Beard Brand Championship. This is actually just going to be a little bit of a warm up.
What's going to evolve into? It's going to evolve into World War III. That's what it's going to work.
and that, it's going to go all the way. So where are we? Oh, just nearly missed mine on.
Is it in the sesh shed?
Yeah, he's having a weekend away from this. Yeah, which means he's clearly given the missus a nice back rub in order to be allowed to watch inside. Here we go. Right, so obviously moving on. So we've done our shout out. So, Annette, you are FaceFur. Newish into the community. First of all, you're a woman. What's going on?
Yeah, that's true. I am.
I'm sorry. You didn't assume her gender.
Maybe gender
neutral.
Come on, we're on YouTube right now. Yeah, you've got to be careful these days. That shit.
However, we have always said that this show is extremely controversial, so fuck it. I don't care. But it's men's grooming. What made you sort of yourself decide to jump in and go, do you know, I can do this and I can do it better than everyone else?
Right, so it started with Vikings. Right, my husband, he's never been clean shaven. I married him. He had designer stubble, and I watched Vikings, and I was like, grow a beard. He's like, no, it doesn't grow. It's patchy. I'm like, no, grow a beard. So he did, and then I started buying him products, and the whole beard world, I had no idea this was like a big thing. So I'd buy him stuff, and I'd be like, don't like that. No. I thought, you know what? I can't be that odd. So started making some just for him, because I am all about the smell me. I like, you know what I mean? You love going up to your fella and like getting a nice whiff, and the stuff I was buying, I was thinking, this is shit. So start making some lovely essential oils, and he's quite like sensitive skin, all got really nice oils. Start blending them. Then I had him demented. Try this, try this, try this. Sent them to his mate, to my mate who had beards. And it kind of evolved for me. I had no intentions of, I didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, I think I'll start a beard company. Like how I'm sitting here now, I find completely bizarre. It's like, how am I here now, like a year later? Like, Instagram, packaging, marketing, and literally it just grew legs on its own. And yeah, that's it. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just here.
How long ago was it you did make your first set of oils?
So I started in probably December 19, and then sort of rolled over, started doing a little few bits, putting them on like eBay, and like when you looked at where you start, like your packaging and everything, do you know what I mean? And to where you are now, it kind of just grew legs. And like Dave, sort of my husband, he's very like, he's the detail man. He goes, you need to improve your packaging. This is not right. This is not right. So he's the one who kind of pushes me to be better. So like I say, the first stuff was just shit. The product was nice, but the labeling. And then the second time we thought, right, okay, we spent a bit more on the packaging and stuff, get a bit more of a brand sort of look in. But then obviously still wasn't happy with it. It wasn't good enough. So then we rebranded again sort of in lockdown this year because I had time to do it. And that's sort of where we are now. Obviously went through all the CPRS stuff and thought, if I'm going to do it, let's go full out. Let's just do it properly. So yeah, that's kind of where we are now.
Love it.
Because you only rebranded a little while ago, didn't you?
But you just no, it wasn't. It wasn't good enough, because I'm thinking if I want to be proud of something, to push it, take it out there and really go, right, okay, let's do it then. Let's market it, get it out there, proper go for it. I looked at it and I just went, no, look, it looks amateur. It needs to be better. And obviously with the CPRS coming in, they give you what has to be on, how it needs to be shown, your ingredients, the Latin, all the, everything it needs to have on it. And so the packaging I had, I just went, nah, bin, let's start again, get it redesigned, and to make it look like, barcoded, because obviously if you want it to go in shops, barbers, it needs to look like better. It just needed to be better. The product was great, do you know what I mean? It wasn't, but it needed to look as good as as the actual product was. It needed to look just that bit better. So that's what we've done the last sort of 2 months, is just smash it in.
Have you found
the same brand name before? Because I actually never saw your old stuff. Was it the same brand name, or did you rebrand the name?
No, it was the same brand, but it was like, I felt like I needed it to be really good before I pushed it, because I didn't want to be embarrassed about my own product. If that might sound a bit weird, but like, and especially because Dave's a perfectionist, and he went, this is just not good enough. The spacing's not right. And I think when you've got a limited budget, you can only go so far with because packaging, I mean, yourself, it's the packaging, it's the labeling, it costs more than your actual product, like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it is. And especially if you want to get it done in the UK, you literally need a mortgage. So you've got to ship it out to China or China. The best
import fees.
So we just thought, right, not happy with it. Let's improve it. Let's just go full out, get it all done, and then push it, which is kind of where we are now, and why I started with the little samples, because I thought, people in lockdown, they haven't got a lot of money. You need to be able to stick your head above the parapet and go, okay, this is who we are, this is how good we are, and make it look as good as the actual product. And that's sort of kind of where we were going with it. Yeah.
For me, that
I love
sample,
them. I just love them.
that sample is really, really nice. It's something which, I mean, obviously, there are other companies which do the obviously little sample bottles and stuff like that, which is great. But the way it comes sort of in that sort of obviously with a bit of the card and everything there, it just makes it look so professional. It's really, really nice.
You know what else
elevate it to like, sorry.
So you know when you go into like Boots and you go and test out all the aftershaves, you've got all the different salespeople. I'm like, but this is like a big company. This is like fucking Armani or Jupe. These big companies.
Yeah.
And you're getting that. That's better. That's better. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. I think you've done an amazing job with that. Like, it's so cool. We love it.
Just wanted to elevate the status of the little sample, because we've all had sample, like I used to send out little samples with like a little paper label on, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I just in my head, I just thought, no, I want to make that first impression better, so it looks like people will get it on the envelope and go, oh, look at this, all the details on, all the fragrances, all the profiles, so they've got everything they need right there, and then to go, yeah, I love it, or no, I don't like it. And then,
Yeah, we've got Rusty saying that obviously yourselves got some of the best looking products out there. So Andy, I think your pedestal is being knocked down at the moment. Next coming
you know the weird thing, right? Like, I love his packaging, because when I was looking for packaging, I seen it and I was like a magpie. Oh, really like that gold stuff. And then all this stuff was like, shit, I can't have that now because it's already got it.
Well, and it would look even better when it finally turns up, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, that would be nice.
Come on.
These fellas who promise you everything and then never deliver.
Right, I'm telling you that.
The delivery.
But the thing is, on packaging, on a serious, like, I think that the main thing with packaging nowadays is to stand out. You've got to make it stand out. Like, and like, when you watch, like, for example, when you watch a podcast of a beard reviewer and they have these shelves behind them with loads of stuff on there. That was my vision. I want that's my product is going to be on that shelf. How am I going to make it
stand out?
Stand out, like, make it shiny and gold. It works. but it's true though. I mean, I think you've done a fucking amazing job with your packaging. Like, the actual, first of all, it was 50 mils. I love a 50 mil oil. I love it. But it looks great. I love the the dark brassy color. Looks great. There we go. There's a good light shot. Love it. Absolutely love it. And also, like, I'm an old school. I like the dropper bottles, but I love that it's a squeezy top, because I love like a dropper bottle, but it's nice to have something different. I like to have this. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Because all the mates who have it have all said, it was Dave's idea actually, because I started off with droppers and then the little things, and he went, they got on my nerves, it's too much mess, and he went, get a pump. So we tried it with the pump, and like the oil come through it all right, but like all like my mates who like do me testing and stuff for me, they're all like, that's a game changer, that, because you can just pick it up, boom, done, out the door. They love it.
Yeah, and I've just put that on, and as I told you the other day, like, that is my favorite scent of yours. It is incredible. I'm really bad at Storslin. Fucking amazing. Absolutely love it. It's like a if you can envision a autumn scent, that's it. Fucking amazing. So nice.
Because everyone has their own little take on it as well, because everyone seems to sniff something different in it. I think it's because it's like got such a lot of layers. It's like, like Rusty thinks it smells like amaretto, which I can't get on it.
Look at that.
Oh, we are.
Let him have it. It's fine. That's all you're getting off me.
But this is the fragrance that like the ladies love it. Like I said before, like, I've had a few customers saying the wives, they put it on, the wives have walked past, or the girlfriends have gone past and then come back for the second sniff.
Yeah.
And it's quite long lasting as well. It's like it's a definite date night on that.
Yeah.
I think, Sean just said Vintage Leather and Storslin are two of the best scents on the market at the moment.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's all subjective, but I mean, like I said, we all do have our favourites, and
obviously,
really shown that it's there. Now, what I will say is, it appears that people have automatically fallen in love with you. Bearded Yorkshire straight away. He's great. But to be fair, we expect nothing less off of you.
No. I'm surprised it was so PG, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't come back with something filthy.
I'm just happy you're here. It means that Yorkshire's are hitting on me this time.
So obviously, yeah, we still got stores lid and sample. It's fantastic scent. That's what I mean. Overall, you've had, I mean, pretty good feedback, surely. I mean, all the way through. From
yeah, I think the Storsland was the one to kind of, because when we did all the sampling, like we thought, we'll send them all out. See, you know, because you want that. If you're going to send a sample out, send a load out so you get the feedback and can see which people prefer. But the Storsland, out of all of them, is the one to like stick your head above the parapet. That's been the one that kind of raised the profile, and it had like a little buzz about it as well. It was like when we were chucking the samples out, it's like so many people were messaging me going, that is like amazing. We've had such lovely like feedback and comments and you know, and reviews on it. It's been amazing.
Just for everyone who hasn't tried it yet, so Storsland, it's honey, tobacco, and bourbon whiskey. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, guys. Absolutely amazing. Like if you haven't tried it, give it a go. It's for me one of the best scents I've ever smelled. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You smashed it.
Are you still doing the samples on the website?
I've actually run out of the packaging now because I ordered like 200 thinking, oh, that'll be well, that we're not literally, they've gone. So I mean, I can still do the samples, but they haven't got like the nice packaging. So I'm going to have to like get some more ordered in.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
3 to come out this. Well, we've got another 3 new fragrances to do. So I might start like, obviously because Storsland's out there now, we might start because I normally put like a free sample in when someone orders so they can like test the next one. I might start moving on with the next one now, just to have a little bit of a change.
So where's the names come from? Because you've got
the mountains.
I'm uneducated, so stuff like this goes completely above me.
So this was one of Dave's, like Dave's good on, like every now and again he'll drop a little gem. So this was Dave's idea because everything's been done to death. We've had the Norse sort of the Vikings, you've had the Norse names, you've had, do you know what I mean? And it's really hard to get something that you'll be able to run with through the business, and there's going to be enough to sort of continue on. So we started off with mountain ranges and mountains because there's loads, and then you can just you can mountain ranges like masculine. You can have whatever scent you want, fresh or exotic. It just depends where the mountain range is. So yeah, that's where we just use mountains.
Oh, that's right. Right, we've got a question dropped in from Big Fat, so this can go to both of you. So Andy, you can answer this one first. UK SCPN, are you logged on it yet? Andy, yes or no?
It's been submitted, but it's not up yet.
It's not sorted. Annette, are you on the UK SCPN?
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically, so you have to log your CPSR with the EU legislation. This is now that you can
no, I've got
your own one now and all that shit. Basically, I don't know if you've noticed, any European shipping has become extremely slow because they're really pissed off at us because of Brexit. This is one of those things. Extra legwork.
Well, I've got the actual login. I've tried about 10 times to get on. It's the most. Is it this EU portal thing where you've got to register your products?
Well, the EU.
Oh my God! It's
yeah,
so
but
hard to do.
It's that, but it's now the HMRC one as well. It's a UK one. It's fun.
Okay, because I know when I got the CPRS, they went, okay, you need to log your products on here, and I've got like the login, and it's the most difficult thing. And I seem to get to a point, and then it just goes, you haven't got the right login. I went, well, I've just logged in. But
to be honest, as long as you have your stuff CPSR tested, like you are business insurance wise covered. But this new thing, it's like it's gonna take. It's a big crossover period. It's gonna take people a lot of time to do. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But it's eventually we're all going to need to do it. So
yeah, because like I say, I tried to do it with the other one, and it's something, it's on the back burner because obviously been doing bloody homeschooling for that long. I will get round to doing it. Like I said, I've got the login and I've done the thingy, but I thought I wasn't that sure because we're now out the EU. Would there be another thing to take its place? And obviously it's this.
Yeah, we spoke about this on a Bearded Bear Review podcast a while back. We were talking about like Brexit and how it's going to affect us as a bearded community. And I actually said it. I said like that it's going to be one of the last things they worry about. They're going to be worrying about like bigger things, like immigration, about like postage and tax, all this other stuff. But they've actually got their asses in gear pretty quick. And we need to do it pretty soon. 31st of March, yeah.
It's something I was talking to John about a little while ago, actually. And we sort of saying how complex the EU portal is. But supposedly the new UK portal is supposed to be a lot better. You got to remember when the EU portal was set up, it was set up years ago, and I don't think they've done much maintenance on it to really sort of make things easier. Whereas the UK portal, where it's brand new, it's supposed to be quite easy. There is a way you can link it. I believe John was saying from the old EU portal, but you are probably just better off just doing
it to them.
I'm surprised they've jumped on it so quick, because if you think about Brexit and the amount of other shit they've got to deal with, it's actually like really big, like imports, exports, taxes, all this stuff. I'm surprised they've jumped on this so quick. And it's actually kind of good. It covers our ass for EU shipping and stuff as well. But I don't know about you. Actually, get onto that. I don't know about you. How have you found? Have you been shipping anything out to Europe mainland recently?
I've a couple of bits. I've done like a couple to America, and I've done a couple. I mean, I think one of the guys who buys stuff off me from Sweden, like I sent him samples out about 2-3 weeks ago. He still hasn't got it. The stuff's gone to America, and that he's had that delivered, but the stuff to Europe he's still not had.
Exactly. So for me, the hardest thing. US and Canada used to take fucking ages, and I was like, this is taking too long. But now, I've got a guy who ordered a week after a guy in Prague. A week after, he's got his stuff. The guy in Prague's still waiting 3 weeks. But like, EU is just fucked at the moment. Even if you use FedEx or DHL, it's still slow. It's like as if they're trying to punish us for Brexit.
So just quickly, Sean has turned around and said, I'm not going to pronounce that. Annette, do you want to pronounce that for me?
Usanika.
That's the one. Is one of the most complex scents he's come across. What made you choose the profiles for that one? So where are your inspirations coming from?
It was fresh. It was one of them fragrances. It sounds really complex, like with all the bits in, but it works together. It's not. I mean, we had a review who said it was really flowery and it's like smelling a spring flower, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's like it's clean. It's good. It reminds me of in fresh laundry, that lovely fresh crisp smell. All those complex, it works together, but it's not. You won't put it on. It's not overpowering. It's just a proper nice. I'd say more of a day one. Whereas Stawson, I'd say more, nighttime. But no, I think they all work really well together to give a lovely, fresh, clean sort of scent.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, Sean obviously was with us during the Bearded Beer reviews period. So I mean, Sean knows this shit just as much as everyone else. So yeah, I mean, it's great to see that type of. I mean, obviously, with what Sean's saying, how sort of complex it is. Do you find? I mean, how many reviews have you done? Have you had done so far? Have you had quite a few done?
I've had not a great amount. I think I've only really had 3 or 4 because we haven't really been putting it out there. It's only sort of the last couple of months we've kind of sort of stuck our head up and gone, right, okay, we're here now, we're ready, boom, have it. But I think Rusty did that one, and I've sent like quite a lot of samples out. The Storslin and the Utanika, they seem to be the 2 favourites because and they're really different because obviously I think the Storslin one's more like a nighttime one, it's because I find it's heavier, but the Utanika it's lovely. It's a fresh, it's like a lovely daytime. Well, I'd say more of a daytime one.
Yeah. So how have obviously how have you been finding it so far? Being in a men's industry, being a woman in a men's industry, how have you been finding it so far? Good, bad, or just no one really cares?
No. To be fair, I've never been really a girl's girl. Do you know what I mean? Like before, well, I hairdresser first off, and then I worked with men. Worked with men most of my life. I used to be a distribution manager in a chemical company where I work with men all the time. So I find I'm more comfortable in men's company, I'd say, than women. So I don't find it, I just find this the norm, because I'm not really a pretty girl. Like, even with my own fragrances, what I wear, I've always sort of gone towards, I wear a lot of aftershave because I don't like flowery scents. I find them quite cloying. So I prefer more the musky sandalwood, all that kind of scents. And like I say, personally, when I wear fragrances, I do wear aftershaves. I always have them because I don't find them as sickening. So I think I've got quite a good nose for more masculine scents anyway. Yeah. But no, I don't. I haven't really shouted about I'm a girl, doing beard balms. I've just let it kind of evolve. I don't want to be judged because I'm a girl. I want to be judged because I can pick a good fragrance and I can make a good oil and balm. So I don't think it really should define you if you're a girl or not.
No, it's something which, obviously, being in a men's industry, like men's grooming industry, you just kind of automatically presume.
You're a guy, of course, yeah. And I don't correct people, because I go, all right, mate, and I just roll with it, because I just stand there like, oh, no, by the way, I'm a girl. It doesn't need to be said, if they comment on the product.
How many times have you had a message saying, hey, bro?
I've got an alter ego now, and I'm just like a bloke. I go, yeah, mate, and doing, normally I'm like, kiss, kiss, kiss. I can't do that. I'm like, thumbs up and fist pumping and all this.
Everyone knows.
So basically, what you're saying, we've got Annette and we've got Nathan. Is that what it is? Yeah.
I literally have an alter ego. I think it's hilarious. It's like, all right, mate. Yeah, I really like this. I'm like, yes, sound, all that. It's just funny. Blew me cover tonight, haven't I?
Yeah. That's what we said. Something I was going to ask anyway, but Tony's jumped in. What are your plans for FaceFur over the next year or so? What are you going to be doing?
So I think we've got another 3 fragrances to come out. Kind of looking to do a beard wash, beard shampoo. Just add a couple of more products, because to be fair, I wanted to get it right on the basics, like the oils, the balms. I think we've sort of cracked it now because they're really nice, nice products. And I think, obviously expand the range a little bit, but I'd rather have a nice solid ground first, get the basics right first before, do it covering everything, and not doing it right. So I'd rather just get it right and then obviously expand a little bit out.
Yeah, I think this is something which, sort of as a reviewer, and me and Andy have probably spoken about this loads of times, it's better to have, say, more with your carrier oils. It doesn't matter how many carrier oils you've got. Say if you're only using 3, if you can mix them right and make sure that they're good, that's a lot better than having a product which has got 7 or 8 and it's absolute trash.
Yeah.
You've got to have your foundations right before you can move on. And sort of, obviously, with what you're saying, it's the same thing. You're having your foundations in the right place before you progress onto anywhere else.
I mean, we tried so many combinations, and obviously Dave is like my worst critic. Do you know what I mean? Because we tried all different combinations, different oils, and we kind of settled because his skin's quite sensitive, and our oils, I only buy top-notch oils. I have the virgin stuff, the golden jojoba, the virgin hemp to go in the balms and that. I think, and I feel like with the feedback we've had, you can tell the difference. Some people put sunflower oil and stuff in their oils. I'm like, why would you want to have chip pan oil on your face? Seriously, and but if it's going on my husband, the quality has to be good, and that is the quality that I want to give to my customers. Absolutely. I'd rather pay the extra and have gorgeous, because I think it was Sean Stanley went to me, I put your oil on, he went, and my beard is glossy. And I went, that's what I want. It's stepping up, because I know there's a lot of companies out there, they're selling loads, the marketing's amazing, but the stuff is shit. Basically, it's just you pump it out and it's no, not good enough.
100% right. One of the things I've found is my base oil is very simple. It's grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, argan oil, and almond oil. And like, there's so many complex different things that have this nutritional factor and that nutritional factor. But like, fuck all the textbook shit. Does it feel good? How does it feel? Have you tested it out? Do people like it? How does it make their beard feel? And a lot of companies are getting really caught up in putting like the newest, coolest, best thing in there that sounds good on paper, but does it, like, is it really like, or does something simple feel good? And I think, like, nail the basics, get those basics right, and then you can expand from there. That's what I
exactly. It's all about the fragrances. And I think if you get it right, because like, I'm a hairdresser, so I know what works with hair. Do you know what I mean? And like, obviously I love my products, I love my skincare. Like, you know what's gonna make skin soft, lovely, moisturized, beard oil. You know, it's like our balm. We've got like hemp oil in the balm because it's not hygroscopic. It stops moisture going on your beard, so it stops your beard frizzing up. That to me, boom. Why would you put that in your beard oil? You know, you don't want your beard frizzed up. And I know it sounds weird because I'm like a girl, like going on about beard oil, but obviously I've got Dave, my little guinea pig at home. Like, try that, get that, you know. And if Dave doesn't give it the thumbs up, then it doesn't go out. But I think you've got to think about like why you're putting these oils in and why you're putting, you know, these oils in your balms and in your oil. It's got to be there for a reason. It's not just, oh my God, stick a bit of unicorn oil in because it's the new best thing. No, it's got to work for the hair and the skin. And that's
one of the things that I had is when I first started, so my ex is black, and she had very curly hair, like very curly hair. And like, black girls use a lot of like different hair products to anyone else. And I kind of realized, really, like, your beard is really similar to that kind of hair.
Yeah.
Really similar. So most of the ingredients that I've got, like, you go to like, I'm from London, and like, if you go to like, in London, you have like hair shops just for black girls.
Yeah.
And products they have are fucking amazing for your beard, and that's where I got all my research stuff from, and all my ideas for this. It's brilliant. It's so good. And you've got to really take your beard is totally. My hair is fairly curly. I've cut it all off recently, but it's I get like white boy afro hair. It's like really long, frizzy, goes everywhere. But like, my beard is totally different. I can put something in my hair and it'll make my hair feel good, but make my beard feel shit. And you've got to treat your beard like a different
hair on your head.
It's a whole different ball game. And I think it's about are we, like, as small batch companies, are we really the scientific edge of this new ingredient that's amazing, it's got this and that in it, or do we just figure out what fucking works and go with that, and then work on things like the scent profile on top of it? I think that's what we need to do.
And I think that is exactly what you say. If you get your oil right and you get your balm right, well, you've done your grafts, you've done your work, you've done your research, and then you can like, right, let's like ramp it up like some mad like fragrances. Let's like push out the fragrance profile, something a bit different, and then like you know, give people like better choice. Do you know what I mean? You know, your base brilliant, so you can, the world's your oyster then, isn't it?
We're on the same level with this. We're on the exact same level with this, yeah.
Because to be honest, I mean, looking sort of obviously at your oils, your carry oils, your stuff like that, they're very high grade, but yet your pricing is extremely competitive, if not probably almost underneath the market value. I mean, because you're looking at a 50 ml bottle of oil for $11.99, and your balm, 50 ml balm for £9, $8.99, which is massively competitive. For the pricing as well, which for me, you look at it and you go, you know what I mean? You've got such good ingredients at such a good price as well. It's really pushing the boundaries and pushing the market, so to speak, just to go, right, let's have a look at this. And I think it's really, really commendable, sort of the way you're approaching it with that style of, well, you know what you're doing.
I think personally for me, like, and especially at the moment, you know, you've got people on furlough, you've got people, you know, and this is like a luxury item. Do you know what I mean? People aren't going out, you know, the market's saturated. I think you've got to give people more than they expect, but still value for money. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just think people now, they can shop around, you know, and they can, you know, the internet, especially online shopping at the minute, because obviously everyone's stuck in, you know, I think you have to be competitive, but I think you just have to give them a little bit more than they'd expect. You know what I mean? It's got to look good. It's got to be packaged right. It's got to smell amazing, but them still feeling like they've got a good deal. And that's kind of where we're going at the minute, because I think the way the world is at the minute, that's a good little angle, because like I say, there's so much competition. No, that's just, I think it's a fair price for a really good product, and you want to be fair.
Yeah, I think for $12.99 for 50 mils of your stuff is an absolute win. Absolute win. Smashing it.
So we've got a question from Johnny. Do you obviously you touched on beard wash, being a hairdresser or stylish, trying to keep it PC, which makes a change. Do you feel it gives you a bit of a head start when it comes to creating something good, say like over Andy, who knows fuck all?
Well, I think it's because I know hair, and like I know beard hair is slightly different, but I think to get the blend right and combining, you know what works for hair, and I am like the worst person ever for hair products, obviously. You know, I will try anything to do, and if it's amazing, I'm like, yeah, shout out there, you know. But I think, you know, if you've got that, literally, you know, I went to college for 3 years, you did psychology, you did hair, you know, formation, you did everything that's like actually works for hair, and I think it kind of gives you an edge. But like I say, I try everything on Dave. Dave's the one with the beard, so you know, if Dave gives it the thumbs up, then we're good. You know, I can go, oh my god, I put this in, this is amazing for hair, and he'll go, don't like it, it's too greasy, then it gets jibbed. So I think it's a bit of a balance. I kind of know what it should be in it, but if it works on the beard, then yeah, we're good, and if it doesn't, then yeah, it gets pie.
Well, I mean, it's something which obviously most blokes making their products, they would sort of test it on themselves. So I suppose you've got to have a little testimony somewhere, haven't you? But Anthony Jones has dropped a message in, and he said, extra dark Jamaican castor oil, super healthy. As either of you two used it or heard of it before?
Not extra dark Jamaican. I'm all about Naissance for my oils, because they're proper top quality. You know, C of A's, MSCS's, whatever paperwork you need, you can tell it's like proper pure dead nice stuff. It's like I bought other stuff before when I was trying stuff out with Dave, and like it'll come with like a little paper label on, and I'm like, not sure if I'm like quite happy with this. You know, I think if you want quality, you have to A, pay more for it, and B, it's got to be tested out. So it's whatever works for you.
Yeah. Andy, what about yourself? Have you ever tried extra dark Jamaican castor oil?
Never tried it, but I like my extra dark Jamaicans. So anyway,
that's a different topic.
I will be sure to try it out.
We'll jump on. So I tell you what I do want to jump onto. I want to jump onto some quick fire questions.
God.
So Annette, I'm going to ask you a few. Yeah, you may need it. So I'm asking you a few questions. Obviously, just fire out some answers. It doesn't matter what they are. We don't want to dwell on them too much. I just want to get you feeling for stuff. So, first one: have you used or purchased from any other brands before?
No.
Not big things, sorry.
Not like in the bearded community. I bought like I bought Mo Bros for Dave when he first started growing his beard. And then I got some shit ones from Amazon, which I sniffed and went straight in the bin. So after the Mo Bros, then it was all mine. He wore. That's all he wore.
Cool. Right. Apart from yourselves, what is the best looking brand out there at the moment?
I'm not just because he's here. The most the most eye-catching ones, because he got the bottles that I wanted, is those gold bottles. They were the ones I wanted. Because when you look at the guys on the shelf, it's like
it's the other one.
It was the gold one for me, because like a magpie. But you know, like the guys put like the beard collections on the shelf. Yeah. The one that sticks out more is his, and I'm like,
yeah. Definitely. So what's the worst looking brand out there for you?
I'm not a great lover of the Norse stuff with the Vikings, and I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I mean, I love Vikings, the actual show, but I just think they're all kind of blending into one now. All the like Norse Viking stuff. I hope I don't offend anyone, but well, if I do, touch it. But it's all a bit samey now. Do you know what I mean? I just think do something different. Because I had a company like message me and go, oh, your branding, what's the explanation behind your branding and your colours and all that. I just wanted something a bit different. So the black, very masculine, the rose gold sort of metallic, just a little bit luxurious, just something to be a little bit different than what's out there now. And I think you just need to find your own little style, really.
Yeah, definitely. Andy, whilst you're there, tell me your worst looking brand out there.
There's a few. I can't really say one in particular. The ones for me that are the worst are just the standard. Like, there's so many logos these days, which is like a silhouette of a face with a beard. It's just like a black on white or white on black. No, not that. No, yeah, but I'm talking about packaging. I'm not just your packaging looks awesome. I mean, like, I don't know who to think. I can't really say one. It's mainly US brands, and I could basically get about 30 brands and put them in front of you, and you'd say they all look the fucking same. They all look the same. It's a same bottle with the white label with a black beard face. It either has sunglasses or it doesn't, or it's got a beard, and it's just a silhouette. And it's just so fucking boring. Like, you need to stand out. Like, you need to have something that like catches your eye. And I do agree with you massively. I think the Viking thing's kind of done and dusted now. Like, no offense to the other Viking brands out there, because you got there early days, great. But I think there's a lot of brands coming out now that are going down the Viking route. It's like, it's not going to get you too far because it's already established. It's already done. You need to have something a bit different now. Like, I can't really pick one in particular, to be honest. But there's a few, and especially it's mainly when I look at the US reviewers talking about products, and it's like, oh fuck, another one, and it just looks the same.
Yeah. Right. So we'll jump on to so obviously back to Annette. What so far?
Viking Revolution. Viking Revolution. Terrible.
So whilst we're like I said, jump back onto it. So Annette, whilst you've been operating so far, what do you feel has been your biggest fuck up?
The packaging, 100%. Oh my god, the cock-ups I've made with the packaging, I want to punch my own head in. It's like the new packaging, I've spent a fortune on it, and like Dave's the detail man, and and you're like that, why the fuck didn't get Dave to check it? So the backs of my bombs they're just slightly too big, and every time I look at them I want to just kick myself in the head because I'm trying to squish them round the tin, and if they were just 8 mil smaller, they'd have been perfect. It's that is it. It's the packaging. It's the bane of my life, packaging.
Andy, what about yourself? What's been your biggest fuck up so far?
Probably starting a beard company.
Didn't realise how much time it'd take.
Oh.
To be honest, to be honest, I think the biggest fuck up I did so far was so when I first launched my company, I wanted to launch 3 products. Launch it with an oil and a balm, and a third. I wanted to go, and I'm torn. I'm very happy I launched my cleanser because it's a different product. There's no other. I'm the first person to do an aloe vera based cleanser, like the first person to do it, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I wanted to be original, and that's what I've got, and it's good. But at the same time, I spent a lot of money on, like, I got 1,000 units of my cleanser. And I want to also, my next thing, I want to do a butter. I want to do a beard butter in 100 mils, the same as my cleanser. It comes in a big old 100 mil tub. Love it. But I would have maybe, if I could do it again, not done the cleanser and done butters instead. But I don't know. I'm really happy that I've got an original product that fucking works. The feedback's really good. And I'm about to launch the same product in mint. and lime.
Lovely.
A mojito, if you will.
It is, isn't it?
A mojito cleanser.
So just quickly before I jump to the next question, just want to grab these in a quick. So Sam has turned around and said, check out Biblical from the US, so different. We are UK brands. We are UK, unfortunately, Sam. But if you want, you can check it out. However, Beardlution has come back. Is it more biblical than Resurrection? If you haven't seen Beardlution's new limited edition drop, please go onto his Instagram and see. He is almost a king of controversy when it comes to this. If you're religious, just don't go on it.
You know what? So I'm a massive metalhead, right? I love it. It's a death metal band called Cannibal Corpse. His packaging just this new one especially just makes me think Cannibal Corpse. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, and Rusty's jumped back on and he's turned around and said about the whole Viking theme. It can be done, but you've got to sort of do it properly and do it differently. So by Odin's Beard, which is something I reviewed recently, and Rusty has got as well. And yeah, he is right. So the Viking thing can still be done. It is very saturated and it is very overdone. But you've got to do it right, as far as I'm concerned. And sort of by Odin's Beard, the way they did it, they had a very like a wood topper on the screw, and it just looks very natural, very, very different, which is nice to see. Annette's gone running away because she's scared of the questions which we're going to ask next. So,
on that, Dan, for me, it's quite an interesting subject about the whole Viking thing and doing it differently. I mean, we can look back at when I first started to toy with the idea of making a beard brand. I was talking about the Urban Viking Beard Co. I wanted to make I was gonna go down the Viking route, but like a modern day urban Viking, and that kind of juxtaposition of like alter egos of like you're a modern day man, you want to be successful, you can go to the workplace, but also you want to go fuck shit up on the weekend with an axe. And I think that's kind of good way to do it, as long as you if you modernize it.
I think it was a Jekyll and Hyde type theme, wasn't it? You was sort of very much, as you said, it was modern day man midweek, and then on a weekend I want to go fuck things up. So literally that split personality, so to speak. So
I kind of brought that into what I'm doing now with the kind of gold and the black chapters, where the gold chapters are more daytime fresh sense, your black chapters are more you going out nighttime sense. So I brought that into it, but originally the plan was to go with the Urban Viking Beard Co. and have it as that kind of Viking weekend, modern day man working your ass off in the week, but you're still a savage on both sides, sort of thing. Yeah. So you can do it, but I think the reason I didn't was because honestly, even back then, this was almost a year ago now. Even back then, I thought it's a bit done and dusted. I didn't want to go down.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you've got brands out there. So like the Bald Viking, he has his stuff, really good, but he has his oils. And I'm not even going to mention his butter, which I'm not allowed to say anything, but his oils is very, very thick, and he has a very unique route. You've also got Odin's Beard Care, who once again, but I feel Odin's was sort of obviously almost one of the originals.
Oh man, he's been around for ages. He's done so good. Yeah. He's been around. Yeah. He was around maybe just after like the first few, and he's been going for like good 3-4 years, and he's built his brand up. And I love his branding. His branding is so clever. Every scent has a different Viking god or a Viking character, like a Norse mythological character. His branding is genius. But the thing is, he got in there early. He got in there early and he smashed it. He's built his brand up, and he's killing it.
Yeah. So like I said, it can be done, but it's just got to be done right. But right. So obviously, jumping back onto our questions, where are we? So, Annette, who do you feel is the brand with the biggest ego? One brand with the biggest good ego, and a brand with the biggest bad ego.
Oh God.
Don't think about it. Just fly one out. Come on. Andy's hiding.
The brand with the biggest ego. But I quite like. I like the arrogant. I wouldn't say he's arrogant, but I like the confidence that he's got. And I think I'd have to say Wilder with the other, because I think he talks the talk, But then I think, is he actually behind his brand? Has he got the confidence behind his brand? Because I don't feel it through his brand. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I just feel, yeah, it's out there. It's different with the little rabbits with the goofy teeth and all that, but which I think is quite a little niche sort of look. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's behind it, like, and he's invested 100% in it, because I don't kind of feel it from him. But obviously the beard things is in your face everywhere. You can see the confidence in the brands, if you know what I mean.
It's almost on the verge of arrogant, isn't it? It's sort of walks that very fine line.
I kind of get that. Like, if you're behind your brands, then you're like, my brand is boss. Why wouldn't you be? And
it's something which, I mean, me and Andy have spoke about in the past, and it's organic. You have to be one with your brand.
You've got to stand behind it, and this is what I was saying before with my packaging. I never pushed it because I wasn't 100% confident that the brand reflected, and it wasn't good enough. But I like his confidence that we're here, we're proud, we're gold, we're flash. I love that, because he kind of corners that. Yeah, we're here, we're done, we're the ones. You know what I mean? And I like that. It's not. Well, it might be a bit arrogant, but he's got everything behind him to back it. So yeah.
So whether it's cockiness or confidence, it all comes down to self-belief.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't argue with that. Self-belief.
No. I think you've got to have that confidence in your product to push it forward, because there's no good being like, dithering about it, going, oh yeah, it's quite nice. Well, no one wants quite nice. No one, you want you to turn around going, this is fucking awesome, this beard, or you need to have it in your life. Boom, have it. See what you think.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. It's broke your seal time. Take a piss.
It broke your seal time already. You're completely right. As you said, it's kind of. He does it all the time. He's going to come back and he's going to turn around and go, oh fuck, I forgot to put my camera on charge. That will happen at some point, absolute guaranteed. But you're right. You've got to be behind your brand. You've got to be organic. And if you can't, then it's something.
I think people feel that as well. If you're not, like, you post your put outs and all that, you've got to be not in the face 24/7, but you've got to be present. You've got to stick your head above the parapet, you know what I mean, and go, right, we're here now. You need to, we're big enough to back our brand. You need to try us out. And I think that's where the confidence comes in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Beard Things, before Beard Things was even a brand, that was actually Andy's profile anyway.
Oh, really? I once really got the name from.
Yeah, so Beard Things is always Andy. It's always been himself. So then he just decided, well, do you know what? Actually, I do like that name, and that's what I'm going to go with. Because as I said, originally it was going to be something along the lines of like the Urban Viking or something like that. And then we went down then he decided to go down a different route. So
yeah.
Then
and that's like one of the hardest things is like, picking your name, and because there's so many like I say, Viking sort of themed names and stuff. You need, it's difficult to find something a little bit different.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, that's sort of the same process as what Wild Hair went down. So because Wild Hair is a reviewer, Ollie is a reviewer, and that's
he started doing reviews first, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, and then obviously he branched out.
He all done the same route. I did reviews to a company, so did Ollie, and I think that's a good route.
Yeah, so obviously, it's the exact same process. He's gone Wild Hair reviews and Wild Hair oils, but obviously whether that Wild Hair reflects himself, that's obviously everyone else's opinion. But yeah, so jumping back onto our next one, where have we gone? So is there anything out there, through different beard brands, where you would turn around and go, I want that. So I want that in my brand. And I'm not taking the beard, Andy's Beard Things bottle. So you've got to pick me something else.
I think maybe because one of my customers messaged me today and went, I think it was Aid, and he went, are you doing butters? And I went, like I said before, I want to concentrate on like getting the oils and the balms out there. But like I say, I said to Andy the other day, I've had a little dabble with the butters because I sent one to Rusty, but it was shit. It was shit. I just thought I threw it together dead quick. It smelled amazing, and like I gave one to Dave as well, and like he went, "Oh, I don't like butters," but I noticed when I was in the like bathroom cabinet, he'd like use loads of it. I think maybe do like maybe a butter. That's maybe the next thing, and like. I've already got like all the packaging and everything ready for like a shampoo and like a conditioner, like a proper nice beard conditioner. So yeah, I think maybe the two things that we might look going forward to do. But I quite fancy doing sort of like a summer spritz sort of thing, you know, like maybe like just a beard freshener type thing. So like you've got your oil on, or like lads going on holiday, take like a little spritz, more the cologne sort of thing, just like a beard freshener sort of thing. That was something I've been sort of thinking of. Maybe that'll be a nice little thing to have, sort of mini travel size version. So when like we can allowed to go on holiday again, there would just be like a little travel set of stuff. So you don't have to take all your big bottles and stuff. Just do like a little travel kit with everything you need for like 2 weeks in Ibiza or whatever.
Yeah, that's something which hasn't been done before. I think that's a really good idea. You better copyright it now. Just
Andy, you know, copy me.
Sorry, just quickly.
That last question, that's a good one about what do you look at other companies doing? So for me, actually, it's not about products. It's more about marketing. One of the things that I really enjoyed doing before I made my brand, when I was reviewing, was not the reviewing side. It was the beard tips and tricks and the videos and the blogs and talking about beard stuff and making my video series and stuff. Since I've launched my brand, it's gone non-existent. I've stopped doing it. I did like beard trimming tips and how to trim your beard, how to cut your hair, how to do a trimmer, how to like cut your, how to do everything. And I've stopped doing it. And it's one of the things that the beard brand, massive company, the beard brand does. They do it really, really well. And it's something that I planned on doing, and I just haven't. The day, 2 days after I launched my company, I went working in a new job full time. So I only had to manage my time, and obviously managing the company was the first thing, like making sure I'm fulfilling sales, getting up new products, doing the Instagram stuff, but making the videos for me, like the actual being the face of the brand and doing tips and tricks and how to do your beard and stuff like that. I love doing that. I really enjoy doing it. And it's one of the things that I'm going to start doing again. I've just gone part-time on my job. I've got more time now on my hands. And I'm going to start to do that kind of video content more, which is something I look up to a brand like the beard brand for doing. But it's also my plan, but I haven't done it yet. And I'm going to start getting back into that now.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, you've turned around and said to us, look, that's something which, I mean, I'd really like to do. But is there anything out there where you see another brand do it and you're like, oh, fuck me, that's atrocious? And you just say, I'd never do that.
Yeah. For me, it's white labeling. White labeling. For me, it's a no. Like there's companies out there who they're basically just drop shippers. They don't make their own shit. You can't. How can you be proud of something you're just buying and selling? You're not a brand. You're just a fucking copycat. Like, I don't like it. There's too many out there. But if you're doing that, fair play. And if you say you're doing that, that's fine. But there's too many fucking people that are faking it and saying, yeah, I made this, but you didn't fucking make it. You're just buying shit, putting your logo on it, your shit logo, and selling it. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of them. And yeah, for me, that's my biggest thing. It's if you're going to be proud of something, like, it's not about showing off. If you can be proud of something you haven't made, then you're not fucking proud of it. You're just a fucking fake, to be honest. That's my opinion. Yeah. Unless you made that from scratch yourself and you put that research and development into it, like all my stuff, I put the research and yourself in it as well.
Yeah,
like you're
100%.
You're testing out on your fella, and it's fun. But that's the most rewarding part of it for us, is when you put all that time and effort into it and you pump it out, and then when those reviews come back, that's all you. It's no one else. There's no white labeling shit. And there's too many fucking companies that are white labeling these days. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
touching on that, it's like I had one of my customers messaged me the other day, and he was saying there was he didn't say which beard company it was. He said they'd already put the merch out, like the t-shirts and the caps and all that, before they'd even brought their oils out. I was like, what? So like they're pushing the beard oil company, but they hadn't actually put any beard oil companies out. They put like the t-shirts, the caps, the sweatshirts, all that, and like their oils weren't even out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Unless they've got a fucking badass looking logo and some really cool merch, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to buy it. You have to like believe in the product first,
Yeah, I think.
Speaking of merchandise,
John. So Big Fat Beard John, I think the baseball cap. You're leaving me out.
How nice is my heart? Look.
I need to get me a Doc's Bearded Reviews hat. I do. John from Big Fat was just turning around saying sort of like a hate for him is another company trying to steal your name. So obviously we have Beard Tings with a Z. Who is around, but we also have Big Fat, which is another company who
is Fat Beard.
Fat Beard, that's it. Fat Beard have popped up as well.
My name must be shit because no one wants to copy me.
It's not. So Sean says it's South Africa. It's not. It's Jamaica, isn't it?
Jamaican,
yeah. Yeah. Beard Tings with a Z.
To be fair, I think he's abandoned his company. I messaged him saying, "Dude, what the fuck?" And since this is a good few months ago. I mean, I think I was talking to you guys in the chat, like how pissed off I was at this motherfucker. I'm gonna come to his house. But since then, he's done nothing. I messaged him saying, like, "Dude, seriously." And he stopped, so I'm happy with that. But
because he actually was going through your stories, wasn't he? So because obviously you can see who's watching stories. So Beard Tings with a Z was watching Andy's stories, and then obviously posting out his shit, and it was just like, oh my.
But then a lot of his posts were word for word what I was saying, like literally, like so. I did a description of so at the back of my beard oils, there's a description of like a usage description, how you use it, what you do, fucking word for word, the same shit. And I was like, I'm all up for giving people the benefit of the doubt and saying like a face fuzz. But I'm all for giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then I looked into what he was saying. It was word for word the same. I was like, no, bro. Nah, bro.
Dave's just turned around and said he's going to bring out face fuzz.
I know imitation's the highest form of flattery, but just don't, because I'll come round and
she'll come round and steal your car alloy. She will.
Steal your hubcaps, bro.
The car on bricks.
That wasn't a scout joke. It was definitely a scout joke.
I just want to jump back onto Rusty, and he said a little while ago. So he doesn't think that people can do both regards to reviews and the company. It's very hard to be objective when you're reviewing another brand, which
100%.
I suppose. I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent. Yes, I do. If you're reviewing your own products, and of course you're always going to be a little bit biased, can you separate? Luckily enough, I'm not in that situation. I don't have to separate. But I mean, Andy, if you was to review now, I think you could
have this conversation actually, and I'll put my hand up and say, at first, me and Rush had this conversation before even launch, and I said, he actually asked me the question, are you going to continue to review? And I said, yes, I'm going to continue to review. And the reason why was because I fucking enjoy reviewing. I love reviewing. It's really fun. And technically now I don't review publicly, but I give every other brand owner that's watching right now will say that we've sent each other our own stuff and we review each other, and it's great to have that feedback. I love it. But so originally I planned on doing it, but then I think one was the workload. I mean, Annette, you'll agree with me here. Like the fucking workload doing this, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a fucking lot. It's consuming, especially if you work full time. How can you do reviews as well? So that was one of the factors why I didn't do it. But also, I didn't want to do it because a part of being a reviewer is if I went out and did a review on a company that was really good, everyone wouldn't look twice. It'd be fine, yeah, cool, good. But if I went out and did a bad review, people are like, oh, why are you doing a bad review? Oh, it's because you don't like it. It's because of this. You're trying to make, and it's not a good look for your own brand. It's like this whole small batch beard co in the UK we're doing now. I love that we support each other, and I don't want to be. I mean, unless it's one of the big boys, one of the companies we all know that I like to badmouth now and again. I don't like to badmouth companies that because it doesn't look good for you. It's not like a nice image for your company. So that's the main reason I won't do it. The other one, obviously time constrictions. Running a company is huge, but it's just I like to build relationships with other companies, and also it's down to personal preference. And my personal preference is my brand. Obviously, that's why I've chosen my scents and chosen my oil profiles. And when people see me saying that another company is not good, like objectively not good, you can't help but think it's personal. And I just want to stay clear of it, you know.
Can I just ask Dan something? So say, for instance, like one of your mates comes to you with like the beard product and you went, oh, I've made this. I want you to review it. We love it. And you were like, you know, I tested it and all that, and you were like, that's absolute shit. How would you deal with that? Would you go to them, look, not being funny, you need to like improve it or something because I can't review it? Or would you review it and go, I have to be honest here, this is shit? Where would you be as a reviewer? Where would you, you know, are you loyalty to your mate, or, you know, to your brand, or to your, you know, as being a reviewer, would you have to be true to, you know, tell the truth? How would you balance that?
So
I think we already have.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, so when it comes to it, I mean, if any company comes to me and go, look, I want feedback, then I give feedback personally. If someone comes to me and goes, I want a review, that's a completely different story. That's the one which goes out. So Andy sort of himself has obviously come to me in the past and gone, look, have a look at this, and I've told him, look, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
I think from day one, I've sent you all my stuff from day one.
Yeah, and there are some things which I've liked, and there's some things which I haven't, and there's some things which have been okay. And don't get me wrong, when it is a friend, you're always going to turn around and go, look, this needs to be improved.
Let's not put it out there.
Yeah, like perhaps maybe let's not put it out there. But on the same side of it, if that person, even if it is a friend, if he goes, no, I want a review, just I want some type of publicity, I want branding, get me out there. I'm like, all right, but you're not going to like what I've got to say.
Like a personal relationship between the reviewer and the brand as well. Like obviously, me and Dan go way back, but I've got other reviewers that don't know me so well. And but that you need to build a rapport with them, like, and it's not about a rapport of bigging me up. It's a rapport of saying, right, we're on a level. We're about openness and honesty. That's what the rapport is about. It's like, I want your honest review, but if it's going to be really bad, tell me what it is that I need to improve first, and then we can. And it's about that openness and honesty. Like actually, on that subject, a great example of this is the Bearded Brit. So he's bridged that gap. So obviously, Bearded Brit is one of my boys. You know, I fucking love him. Big up. But he's stopped doing a star rating. So he does it. He's got this website. If you haven't checked out the beardedbrit.co.uk,
no, I've signed up to his website.
Star rating on everything. He is great at what he does, but he doesn't want to like show bias. So he doesn't do star ratings on my stuff. He'll tell you what it smells like, tell how it feels. But he's not going to rate my stuff because it shows bias, and like, I don't want that. He doesn't want that. But it's about being open and honest and putting it on the plate and saying, this is what I think, but I'm also an ambassador for this, or this is my company, whatever. It's just about being upfront with it. I think he does that balance really well.
Yeah. So no, I completely sort of understand where you're coming from, and it is a very fine line which sort of someone like myself has to tread. I think all reviewers have to tread, even sort of like Rusty with yourself. There's a fine line which we all have to tread between sort of being honest and giving proper feedback and almost doing these fake reviews just for the sake of it. And for me, it's something which I'm very sort of passionate about. Not all reviews are great. Not all reviews are bad. Some are just mediocre. I mean, there are some of sort of scents which I'm going to come across and I'm going to say I like it, but it's just not for me. Scent profile is always subjective. So whenever I do a review, I never turn around and say this product is crap because I don't like the scent. That's just wrong. That doesn't make a product wrong or right. It's all about the carry-overs. It's all about how it feels in your beard, and it's all about how long that scent is lasting. But on the same side of it, like I said, I get companies who come to me and just go, I just want feedback. That's it. Who are sometimes not CPSR registered, and they just say, look, before I put it in, I want some feedback. No problem. I've got no problem doing that. Whether that's a friend or not, you've got to have constructive criticism. And this is something which, as Sean has said as well. It's all good me standing there and going, right, your product's amazing. It's amazing. That doesn't allow you to grow.
It doesn't help you with your company. No, because you could throw it out there and spend loads of money, get your packaging done, like push it out there, and it smells disgusting. And like, you know, why didn't you say this from the start? We could have like improved it, or do you know what I mean? I think quite a lot of the time, you want people. Obviously, you smell it, you think it's great, but you need a different audience. You need to put it out there, because obviously, I think the scent profiles, especially, it's such a personal thing. You could get like, you know, 30% think it's amazing, and then the 70% think, no, it's absolute horror. It's horror. Don't like it. But I think like the honesty is, you know, you need to have that from your reviewers 100%.
I think one of the things we all need to remember as well is like, when it's like, who's reviewing your products? How many reviews have they done before? Are they just starting to establish themselves? So I have people that review me who've never done a review before, or it's their second or third review. And you know for a fact they're going to say it's amazing and good and all this kind of stuff, and you know that. But it's like, we have a responsibility as beard companies to help the community, and we want to help new reviewers come in. So like, when I send products out to a new reviewer, I pretty much know it's going to be a good review. Number one, because they haven't reviewed a lot of stuff before. Number two, what bigger reason is, when I started reviewing, I'm guilty of this. Everything I reviewed at the start was fucking amazing. Oh, it's the best thing from sliced bread. You know, you do that because you want to get out there. And I honestly believe it's not until you get to about 10 reviews in, you start to kind of get the confidence to say, this is shit. because you don't want to do that. It's hard for us as like people as part of the community. You don't want to make enemies. You don't want to ruffle feathers. But it takes a little while for you to get that confidence to do it. And I think a lot of reviewers at the start don't do it. Not because they don't think it, because they don't want to piss people off and they want to grow a following. So if I want open and honest feedback, like, no offense to new reviewers, because I love you and I want to support you and bring you up and help you whatever I can do. But if I want honest and open feedback, I'll go to someone who's reviewed a good 50 products plus to give me that real, like, hard shit that's gonna hurt my feelings, you know.
Well, I think as like a newish company, like, you know, you want someone to review your products who's reviewed loads of products, because you want that comparison, because you can't do it yourself. You want that stacked up to, you know, established companies. You know, how does it stack up to, you know, someone that's been trading for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? You want to see where you sit in, you know, in that those sort of levels, to see if you're actually hitting the mark. And I think that for like us personally, it was important to throw up a few products out, get some reviews, and to see if we're doing good enough. I mean, I remember I ordered a sample from Wild Hair, and I think I must have done it from like the sales of FaceFur beard care. And he cancelled my order, and I went, so I ordered it again. He cancelled my order again, and in the end, he went, look, you're a beard company. Why do you want my products? And I went, I just want to see how my products are stacking up against yours. And I had to ring him up and I rang him and went, look, I don't want to review you. It's not, you know, I'm not going to like get your products and slate them off. I just want to see how mine stack up compared to you, because for you kind of seem to be on the same sort of road as me. I just want to see, you know, if ours are as good as yours. But literally, you have to go through this whole conversation with him before he's even like send me some of his products. I'm like,
I think part of that is like, obviously I've got a defense mechanism, but I think part of that is a lot of people don't understand what like us as a community. I mean, and I guarantee everyone who's watching this now, they're understanding what we're doing. This community we're building. It's about that openness and that honesty, and about like companies and brands sharing their stuff. And it's a new thing. It really is a new thing. and a lot of companies like are very defensive of it. But I think there's a good maybe like 10 of us now, 10 to 15 companies and brands that are like sharing ideas and sharing like. I'll send my stuff out to the company, and I'm like, "What do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What would you do different? What would you do the same?" And that is invaluable. It's brilliant, and I think eventually people open up to it. But I get that people are at the moment. Some people are very defensive of it because you don't want people stealing your ideas. You don't want people like stealing your blends and your scents and your oil, your carrier profiles. Because I mean, like for example, when it comes to CPSR testing. Reviewers will say, "Can you send me your CPSR testing?" And I'm like, "No, I'll send you my certificate. I'll send you my certificate that it's there. I'm not sending you the full. I don't want everyone to know the exact quantities of scent profiles that I put in, because that's my shit. I mean, on your bottles, you've got to put the order of the ingredients you have in there, but not the exact amounts of scents you put in, because then someone can take that and like." Well, exactly what we were saying earlier, white label that shit. I don't want someone to do that, Not good.
Well, it's actually, so it's regardless of CPSR, if someone requests your CPSR report, it's actually a legal requirement for you to send them at least the front page.
Part B.
No, it's Part A, front page.
Part A, yeah, the small one, the smaller one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's part A, the very front, and as an additional extra, which is non-compulsory, is the back section, which is the accreditations of the company, of the testing company.
Yeah.
So technically, if anyone asks, you have to, by law, supply that first section A, minus the private details, which I believe is the responsible person. Within the UK or something like that, but no, you have to do it. So, I mean, but you've got every right to turn around and go, I don't want to show my formula. It's not like
why would you?
It's like the share their gravy recipe. The Iron Brew share their fucking recipe for Iron Brew.
You fucking wish they would, mate.
Thing is, we've spent hours and months and years getting it right. Why would we just give it away? No.
Exactly, yeah. But no, whilst we're talking about this whole sort of collaboration thing and sort of stuff like that, and this community which is being built. So I want to touch on something which sort of myself and Tony, the Beard and Brit, we're developing at the moment, something which is very much behind the scenes, and I'm not going to go too mad into, but myself and Tony are trying to build a community itself. So the idea behind it is going to try and create a spider web. So basically, all these compliant companies, who CPSR approved companies, and the reviewers themselves. So if you are a reviewer of a decent standard, you're going to be involved in this community. If you're a compliant company, you're going to be involved in this community. And it's almost kind of like creating like a beard portal, if you would say like a UK beard portal, where people can go on, they can have a look at these reviewers, they can have a look at sort of the companies and sort of really combine everything together. It's something which is being developed. It's not out there, but a community which is going to be a safe place for everyone. And well, I say a safe place. It's
safe spaces.
Yeah, it's going to be a space where sort of anyone can go to, and it's going to be you're going to avoid these fake reviews. You're going to sort of avoid these companies who are non-compliant, and basically, it's something which it's never been done before. It's never been seen within the UK. It's never been seen, as far as I'm aware, within the world. So it's a really, really big thing. So I do want to say to the companies who are jumping involved, thank you so far. For the reviewers who are involved, thank you so far. And yeah, keep an eye out, because me and Tony are coming with something fucking massive. So just keep an eye out. We're probably looking about another couple of weeks, and then we're going to be ready to throw shit out. And it's going to be an absolute game changer for people who want to be involved in it. And as we said, it's trying to create this community, which we're sort of where we're here now. We're talking. obviously with Annette in, we've had John Big Fat Beard, where we've spoke to him in the past, and sort of anyone who really wants to get involved and create a feel-good community, if you will, rather than sort of all this bitchiness and divide within the community, which there's no need to have. Because, I mean, we've spoken about it in the past. This is, companies collaborate with each other. They kind of share products with each other. They almost big each other up, because there is enough space within the community, because a consumer will have 3-4 different brands on his shelf. So, as you said, share that around and go from there. So this is going to be a tool for literally everyone. So keep an eye out. It's massive. And Annette, you need to get on it. You're in. There we go.
It sounds like just, do you know what? It just takes the, like, for like, say someone coming new into the beard world, like I didn't even realize this whole thing was a thing. Do you know what I mean? The whole bearded community thing. And I've, like, on the whole, I found it, like, it's been so positive. But I think what you were doing, and obviously I had to look at your website and everything, and it looked really good. But it's like literally the creme de la creme of the beard thing. So if you were something new going into that, and it was like, you know, something that, like, someone new coming in could go into and go, right, okay, all these products are tested, they're all like mint, that's where you'd want to be, rather than waste your money on all this shit from China and the drop shit stuff. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a really, really good idea. I think it's brilliant.
Exactly. And this is something, I mean, so Sam Thruce he's pinned it down exactly. It is pretty much checker trade for sort of the beard industry. The companies are going to be compliant. The reviewers also are basically just going to be no bullshitters. It's before, as a reviewer, you've got to have your standard. You've got to be able to prove yourself that you're not just throwing out fake reviews, and you've got to prove yourself. And it's going to be a really good place for absolutely everyone. So yeah, keep an eye out. Me and Tony the Bearded Brit, we've got shit coming. But yeah,
honestly, I think it's an amazing idea. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's like, as you said, like checkertrade.com. It's exactly that. But you're linking companies with reviewers, and I think the bigger part of it is the community aspect. I mean, I know you've got like a forum on there or something where people can talk about stuff as well. Brilliant. Open to comments, open to opinions. Just like no opinion's a bad opinion. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Opinion's an opinion. Say it. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's as far as I'm going on that one at the moment. So more information will come, but we're going to go from there. But whilst we're talking about reviewers, so Annette, obviously you've had a couple of reviews. You've had Rusty. So you've had a few other bits and pieces come through. So for you, what's important when you're approaching a reviewer, or if you're going to get your product reviewed? What's important? What are you looking for?
I want them to be honest. I want them to like properly like give me their honest opinion. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want flanneling. You know, I want, you know, if they like the product, I want them to like really be behind it. If they think that, well, yeah, it's okay, but could be improved, that's what I want to hear, because I think the only way you can improve your product is with that feedback. You know, I can think something is absolutely amazing and be like sniffing Dave all around the house all day, but you might smell it and just go, yeah, it's all right, but it could do with a bit more punch. Yeah, I think you need the honesty. I don't want to be flannelled. You know what I mean? It's going out to the public. Everyone, like, as I've said to a couple of me customers, you know, everyone has their own scent profile. And I find men especially, like, you know, especially with the store thing, like Rusty can pick up Amaretto. Someone else can go, oh, yeah, I can really smell the honey bourbon. I can smell the bourbon on it. It's such a varied, like, scent profile that everyone picks up their own thing. But I don't want someone who's just going to flannel go, oh, yeah, it's quite nice. It's like either be invested in it, think, yeah, it's brilliant, or it's not good enough. I'd rather have the truth. Do you know what I mean? Because, like I say, everyone's taste is so personal to them. It might be amazing to someone and it might be shit to somebody else, but I'd rather have the truth, because I think as a company, you will never, ever grow
Yeah.
Unless people, people keep flagging you going, oh yeah, that's really good. Well, that's nice. I never want to hear one of your products is just nice. You know what I mean? Give me a little bit more. Give me more to with the feedback.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather know it's shit now than when I market it and spend a lot of money on it, make clothes, find out later on it's shit. I'd rather have the reviewers tell me now it's shit, and then I can work. You know what I mean?
You can improve it.
It's definitely something which, sort of obviously when you are doing the reviews, is you're trying to. For me, you've always got to try and give some type of feedback. Yes, it might be amazing, but if you can turn around and go, whatever, yes, you're getting 8 hours scent, it's amazing, and your carrier oils are great, but can you do better by maybe improving your base carrier oil? So I mean, like for me, for Andy, like I've done the Caribbean Cutthroat, you've got your Ace of Blades coming, but like with the Caribbean Cutthroat, I turned around and said, it's an amazing smell, but you have a very basic carrier mix. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing massively exciting about it. And this is something which is not a fault on the bearding stuff, but it's still a case of, right, that's my feedback to you. Next time you do your next set of carrier oils, I want to see more for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. And that's something which you should always give some type of opinion. You can't turn around and go, everything is amazing, and that's it. You've got to give some type of criticism, so to speak. And I mean, as John said, reviewers should not be afraid to give their honest thoughts and on sort of every aspect. And it's something which is right. If a brand looks boring, they may have the best product in the world, but as you two both know, if you're sitting on a shelf with 10 other products, that product may never be pulled out again because it's not appealing to the eye. So you've got to have that whole aspect.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I think your actual product has to be as good as it looks, and I think that's where we were. 2 months ago, the product was good, but it didn't look good enough. And I think it's like food, isn't it? You eat with your eyes. You look at it. If it looks amazing, you're like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. And I think because the market, there's so many products now, you have to have. People view with their eyes. It's like they look at it and go, "Oh, that packaging's cool. It looks really good." You might buy it purely on like looking at the packaging if you've never had it tested or whatever. But I think that's the thing, isn't it? The visuals have to match the product.
Yeah, definitely. Jumping just back onto something which Rusty's just said about the beard portal and sort of I mean me and Rusty have spoken many times about the community, and this may be something which you haven't experienced so much yet, but I mean, Andy, I know you definitely has. There is a massive divide in the community. There is a very big split, and finding sort of almost your position within the community sometimes can be very, very hard. For me, I know what I want to do. I want to sort of improve the UK small batch companies. I want to sort of improve the community. I want to be the face and I want to be the voice behind it, and sort of just be like, look, come on, let's almost do better. I really enjoy trying to create this atmosphere of goodwill, if you know what I mean. And sort of Andy has been fantastic in creating that vibe as well. John has been fantastic. And there are loads of other companies like Beard Illusion that sort of jumping in as well, who are just sort of not collaborating with each other, but just bouncing off of each other with ideas and stuff like that. And this is the community which I feel we can make. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is by talking to people. And sort of Rusty, for me, has been like an inspiration. He's been a drive to me. He said to me before, look, the community is broken. What can we do? And I've gone, right, this is how we're going to do it. And this is something which me and Tony are pushing together. But it's only going to work if people want to get involved as well. So, like I said, with Andy and with yourself, Annette, getting involved in podcasts like this, the Beard Portal, and just general chitter chat on Instagram is where we need to be.
For me, talking about the community, like it's all been. I mean, the whole journey from a year and a half ago when I joined it to now. My favorite part, the best part for me, is the fucking banter. For me, especially now, like we're all locked down. You don't go out on the weekend. You don't meet your mates much. You don't do much. You know, for me, my favorite part is the fucking banter. Like from everyone that I know, everyone that I message, everyone that I talk to, all the fucking shit we share, the stories. It fucking gets me through my days. I love it. It's so much fun. It's hilarious. I'm in fucking tears laughing. A lot of the shit that we talk about and do these days, especially what's going on at the moment with the whole the meme warfare and shit, mate, it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Like this community is amazing. It's so many cool people, and it really gets me through my day. I fucking love it. Like it's like set aside the profit, set aside the kind of reviews, the professional side of it, the banter side. They're ripping the piss out of each other. But then a virtual high five afterwards is fucking brilliant. I love it.
Can I just say as well as like obviously us coming into it, it's sort of quite new, and like obviously you went, oh yeah, you know, do you want to do this podcast? And like I remember messaged you, Dan, and I went, oh, do you think I should send like Andy the product so obviously he knows what we're banging on about? And I was like dead nervous because I was thinking, oh my god, like Andy from Beard Things, he probably won't even like respond to me message. And I went to him, have you got his address? And he went, oh no, you message him direct. And I was thinking, oh god, I bet he's just gonna blank me. And I'd be like, who are you? Do you know what I mean? And like I messaged him, was like, oh yeah, hi, you know, like some little kid. And like he messaged me straight back, and I was like, and can honestly say I've found like everyone that like I've really spoke to have been like so like just dead nice, dead positive, like dead welcoming, you know. And you know, for me, it's been like a proper lovely, like positive thing, and I can't really explain it. They've been really welcoming, and it's not what I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be like quite competitive and like, oh, yeah, we're going to speak to you like new kids on the block type thing and all that. But it's just not been like that. And like, it's like you're saying with the banter, and like obviously yours and Andy's love child last night, I was crying, laughing, and it's like, oh my god, it's the nutters. But yeah, it's like it like you say before, it's that banter. It's like it's a proper good laugh. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
Yeah, it's I mean, as you said, it's sort of once again it's sort of companies working with each other. And where am I? So Big Fat actually just turned around and said, so Redeem from Beard Lucian helped him out earlier regards to sort of advice to his butter. I mean, you'd sit there and think to yourself, why would another company help out sort of another company? But it's just something which we do. And once again, Beard Lucian's coming back, Redeem, gone, yeah, no problems. It is what it is.
And can help me out with mine, was mine shit.
But this is exactly what sort of something which a community, which is what we're trying to make. We're trying to sort of turn around and go, right, forget all the sort of bitchiness, forget about this divide. If you want to be involved with us. It's sort of very much open arms. Let's go. And it's nice to see, like I said, for new companies like yourself coming in. And I completely understand where you're coming from. Where you're going, oh, like we knew, we don't know anything. And I suppose maybe it is almost sort of silly of me just to expect you just go, yeah, just fuck it, just message Andy. But I've known Andy for fucking ages now. So it's a case of like, well, I know he knows everyone within the community just as much as I do. But yeah, it is an amazing place to be. Don't get me wrong, there are some arseholes out there. I'm not going to deny that. And I think we all know who they are and what they're going to be. But on the same side of it, there are some amazing people out there. So let's go. Russ, who's just come forward, lads, ladies. He wants to drop an online poker night or a quiz.
Yes.
I have got a poker face, by the way. I'm so good at poker.
She's got the poker face. To be fair, I think it was John who said earlier in one of his posts about tonight. I actually turned around and said, I feel like me and Andy have almost met our match when it comes to bullshitting. Annette has been firing at us in the chat so far, in our private chat, which we've been doing. Annette, she has been Well, she's very quick-witted. Let's put it that way.
It's the scouseness. There's just the scouts coming out.
It is. It's
what it is. Let's be honest, eh?
But no. So obviously talking about the community in general. So Andy, something I want to jump onto you. The civil war, which is going on at this point in time. So, where did it actually start? Where did the civil war start?
So what it was? So first of all, it was Big Fat Beard did like a post with him and his ambassadors, and it was an Expendables one. And I was like, that's fucking cool. And I found out because I think one of you lads posted it on our WhatsApp group, and I was like, that's fucking cool. And we went back. And no, I think it was William. What right now? Waldo, my man. Me and William go way back. Me and him used to do the doors in the shittiest part of Ayrshire. We've been punched in the face a lot together. We've got each other's back a lot of the time. My best mate going back for years. He is a fucking genius with this Photoshop and stuff as well. So he made one of all of us as the DC lot, and it was me as Superman, and had everyone else, and it had Brian Byrne as Batman. It was the best fucking Batman. He beats fucking Batman going, man. That is the best Batman thing I've ever seen. So we posted that, and I was like, but DC's fucking lame. We've got to do a Marvel one. So we did another one. It was like the Marvel guys. And then we posted that back, and then it just fucking went off. So like the last couple of days has just been memes of like different groups of people putting our faces on it, and then we're doing like shitty ones of like Big Fat Beard doing like ones of us as like ABBA and fucking YMCA shit. Man, it's been hilarious. Like honestly, I haven't laughed this much for so long. Like John did one of like Fight Club with like the alter ego of like him and me. Like I did one today of like Leonidas, like this is Spear Tings, like kicking him down the fucking well. Man, it's been hilarious, and it's just this is one of the things I love about the community. It's the banter, it's the fun, because I think the whole meme shit started with me and the brand that's not to be named. I made a meme of them, and they got a bit butthurt. And they couldn't take the banter because they're not part of the community. But then everyone in the community was starting to do it now, and it's fucking fun. So like, I urge every beard company in our community, every reviewer, get involved, make some memes. Let's have some fucking fun because it's hilarious.
Well, I think this is something. Annette, would you fancy getting involved in a little bit of meme war, so to speak?
Yeah, because I said to you the other night, I went, what are you doing in my corset? That was my outfit. And you had it on. I was like, no, sorry, that corset was mine. What are you doing in my outfit? Yeah,
you know, it's the Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
The Wonder Woman was for me.
Yeah, and I was just like, I look sexy as fuck. I don't care. Like, I'd hit me. I don't. It's fine. Whatever. Let's go for it. But yeah, no, it's something which, I mean, ultimately this is going to lead to a Ultimate Beard Brand Championship, but it's something which, well, John from Big Faz turned around and said, well, it's not really a war, it's a genocide because beard teams are going to be wiped off the map. Well,
of beard stuff. So if you do beat me, I'll click my fingers and I'll reverse that shit. Yeah.
It's obviously it's there. So this will eventually lead into Ultimate Beard Brand Championship. And I don't know, have you ever seen?
I want any bad girl. I want to be in a corset. Any bad girl, Catwoman.
What's the DC one?
All that. I'm down for that.
The one from DC that has the hair, the Joker's missus.
Harley Quinn.
Yes. That'll do.
There you go.
There's a lot of exciting men on this YouTube channel right now.
I need to be in there for the girls. We need at least one girl in there.
People are just watching and waiting, moving forward now. And see what's going on. Anything
so actually, before we go on to the UBBC, just to kind of give a bit of background on where it all came from, what we were doing on Bearded Bear Reviews. So we had two tournaments. We had round 1 and round 2, and it was called the UBC, the Ultimate Bearded Championship. And I think was it Sean's idea? I think it was Sean's idea.
Yeah.
And we it was like, let's make a tournament of like people with beards. It was like a 16-man tournament of like celebrities or mythical characters or like fictional characters that have beards. Jesus,
there we go.
I mean,
that's actually
of course it. I mean,
you're like a hot Gimli.
I think it needs a bit of beard oil though. It's feeling a bit dry.
I don't know whether to start fighting or get a boner. I don't know. Anyway, but so we did the UBC. So it was like, who's going to win for the next round? So today's round it was Sebastian Chabal, the French rugby player, versus Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Who wins and why? And everyone would comment on it. It was like we'd weigh up how many people voted for each one. That person would progress to the next round. But also we did like a giveaway. Like whoever had the best comment and best reason why they'd win would win like a bottle of Vanilla Killer tester. When I first started to make my product before I even launched them. But see the fucking interaction we had and how much fun it was, and like Yorkshire Bearded lads, one of the lads that fucking went all out on this. Like we'd get like paragraphs of it became like a fictional story of who win and why, and it was so much fun. So we decided to do like round 2, because a lot of people said, you forgot this person, you forgot Leonidas, you forgot this guy. So we did round 2, and then we thought, how about we do something different? Dan, do you want to take it on from here?
Yeah, so obviously this was after Bearded Bear reviews, and we was in the Beard Things chat, and it kind of come to light. Was like, well, obviously we like UBC, but it's kind of, we've done 2 seasons now. What else can we do? So we thought, fuck it, we're going to do UBBC, which is the Ultimate Beard Brand Championship. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing however many brands we can get involved. And just doing a fight off from there. So it would be the same sort of context. So it would be, say, Andy, well, fuck it, we do Andy, Beard Things versus Big Fat Beard. And basically people will comment, they'll like, and just tell us who should go through to the next round. Ultimately, I mean, obviously, it is almost a popularity contest to a certain extent, but everyone who gets involved, it doesn't matter whether the company has got 1 follower or whether they've got 10,000. It's good publicity for everyone, and it gets the brands out there. The only rules which are going to be implemented are the brand has to be from the UK and the brand has to be CPSR compliant. They are the rules, because once again, this is something which we do. We are only here for the UK, and we are here for the obviously compliant brands. So they're the rules. So we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be coming probably within the next month. We're going to be dropping UBBC. I need to start sending messages around. I've got an idea of people who want to be involved. And once again, Annette, I expect you there. I'm not even going to ask you. I'm just telling you, you have to be there.
You're in.
But obviously, whilst we are on the topic of UBC, Sean has just mentioned. So Andy, who what happened with the last one? You know, with the winner?
I don't remember, but the error came down to my poor arithmetic. I miscounted votes. Because you know when you go and look at comments, I looked at the comments. I forgot to press the button at the bottom saying, look, view more comments. So there was like way more. And it just happened, the ones I didn't look at outweighed the ones I thought that won. And I can't remember who it was that won in error.
It was Mel Gibson. And I'm pretty sure it was a goal against Gandalf or someone, wasn't it?
Oh, Gandalf was it?
No, Gandalf was round 1. Mel Gibson was round 2. It was someone else, and I can't remember who. But I fucked it. You know what, guys? Hands up. I fucked it.
Everyone wants a refund on their Beard Things.
We'll just make sure that UBBC, I'm not the fucking mediator.
No, you just need to do the media stuff for me. You can.
I'll just do the memes. Meme.
Just send me all stuff like that across. But yeah, no, obviously it's something which is coming, which is really, really good. But whilst I'm here, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do my bullshit call out whilst it's here. Actually, it's something which has just annoyed me recently. So my bullshit call out for the week or whatever you want to call it is just relating back to something which I said In my tips, so to speak, which I've been sort of putting in, is standing your ground. So I've been giving out these tips to new reviewers and going, look, this is how you're supposed to do it. This is sort of a little bit of advice, and take it or leave it. Doesn't really matter. But stand your ground. Have your comments. Make your opinion. Stand your ground. And this is no different when you deal with people and deal with companies. Don't be swayed by sort of what they say. I make controversial comments. I made controversial comments on my last podcast, and it's not pleased everyone. I've got a load of private messages which seriously fucks some people off, and I don't really care. But on the same side of it, that's completely fine. That's the whole idea of being controversial, is you're not going to please everyone, and I'm fine with that. But on the same side of it, don't, and I'm not going to say the person's name, simply because this was done through private messaging rather than sort of out in the open chat. But this sort of individual come to me and was like, no, do you know what? I've got to distance myself from you because I can't be seen by being guilty by association. I'm like, okay, it's fine, no problems. It's bollocks, but it is what it is. And this is all over some comments in my last podcast. But then all of a sudden, just because I done another podcast which was all about TBS bashing, and sort of because I'd done a blog not too long ago, and it was all about TBS bashing and sort of how they fucked things up in the community and bits and pieces. All of a sudden, this person wants to use my content, which is bollocks. At the end of the day, if you don't want to be associated with me, or you don't want to be associated with someone, don't suddenly think you can jump back on board and use their content. So for me, it just relays back to stand your ground. And this is something which I believe we should all be very, very firm within the community. I've got no problem someone coming to me, whether it's Andy, Annette, or even John, Big Fat Beard Illusion, whoever you are, come to me and go, look, I think you're wrong because of X, Y, and Z. Go for it. Explain to me why, and I'll explain to you why I think you're wrong. Let's have this conversation and let's sort of go through things. But just to turn around and go, no, I'm not doing it no more. I can't speak to you. It's embarrassing, and it's always something which Andy has said to me for a long, long time. Why? Explain why. And if you can explain why, then we'll have this conversation. But if you can't, then fuck off. So my bullshit for the week is, once again, stand your ground, explain your reasons why. And if you can't do that, then as far as I'm concerned, you're not really going to be doing too well within this sector of the UK small batch community, which will be growing and will be fucking exploding very, very soon. But yeah, I just want to have a little bit go. As Sean said, give us the truth. Well, that's what I've said. That's all I can do. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Where are we going? So Rusty's
call out.
Go for it.
It's myself. I told myself I was going to start being healthy and dieting last week, and it didn't fucking happen. Another fucking 2 kilos, motherfucker. I'm back riding my bike today, and I'm off it. So there you go. That's my bullshit call out. It's to myself.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Rusty's just turned around and said, it is quite easy just to say something and make a comment, but it's much harder to stand it out when you've been called out. If you have got the balls to make a comment, then have the balls to stand by it. And once again, that does come down to being a reviewer, and sort of almost fake reviews. Something which I've spoken to John about quite a lot. You've got to have that confidence to turn around and go, right, I think your product is not right because of X, Y, and Z, but I think your products are great because of this reason. But you have to sort of make these comments, and you kind of have to just stand there and go, right, these are. But it is very, very important as to why. And if you can do that, great. And if you can't, it is what it is. But you get found out eventually. For me personally, I've never turned around and said I'm PG. I'm not as bad as Johnny. Johnny's
I've watched some of his reviews. He is hilarious. I literally spat me tea all over me knee at his views. of beard oils and Yorkshire lasses. Oh my God, the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Man, we fucking love Johnny.
Yeah.
He is a legend. I think he's hilarious. Brilliant.
But that's what I mean. I mean, we never claim to be sort of anything like Johnny. And Andy's the same. Andy calls out bullshit as much as I do. But that's the only way you're going to be able to do it in this community. You sort of have to stand there. You have to take the good with the bad, and just take it on the chin. There's nothing wrong with being called out by a bit of bullshit. And if I'm totally honest, there's actually something else which I want to scream and shout about, because on our first podcast, the bullshit call out was some dickhead who was commenting. Well, he wasn't commenting. He was giving a thumbs down on Rusty's videos.
Dare he?
But it was anonymous ones. That's
dare he?
Which is fine. No, let's be totally honest. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's
back
not,
it up.
not
What's the reason?
Yeah, exactly. But there was no reason behind it. No one was messaging Rusty and turning around and going, "Look, this is why I think this is wrong." And it was just like a thumbs down for no reason whatsoever. Once again, we all understand that sometimes not everyone's going to like his stuff. Not everyone likes my stuff. That's fine. But the good thing behind it, which hopefully is still continued, Rusty, you may have to confirm this for me, but I believe since that podcast, there has been no thumbs down on his video since. Whether that has worked because of this, whether it's just the person has just got bored and decided not to do it anymore. But broad as it is long, I feel that by bringing this type of bullshit to the air and to let people see it, it brings a bit of good in the end. So it's something which does work, and I think if we've all got stuff to say, fucking say it. Take you on the chin. It's a bit of banter once again, as long as you can understand and give constructive criticism as to why. Fuck it, why not?
I always say at the end of the day, any press is good press. Whereas good or bad, thank you for the fucking view. For the fucking traffic. I think, and that was a big thing going back to my whole big thing with TBS. It was like all bitching and moaning, but my website traffic's never been so good. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your effort.
Well, it was, wasn't it? It was after you made that the Cookhold meme. One of your videos afterwards was, look, here's my website traffic so far, and it was up by like 5,000% or something stupid, wasn't it?
Man, it was up like fucking 15,000% or something.
Yeah.
Like, shit. It was like, thanks, cheers. Like, I'm you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm a big boy. I can take some bullshit. I've had bigger, tougher guys saying worse things to my face and punching me in the face before. Doesn't a few little comments don't hurt my feelings. It's fine. Like, thank you for your input. Thank you for your input.
Exactly. So, Annette, just before, one other thing I want to jump on you. So, you've seen.
More TV cat.
Blame the beer this time. Collaborations. What's your thoughts on them? Sort of where do you stand on them? Do you fancy doing one, or are you at the moment you like to do it by myself?
No, I've got my own business because I like being my own boss. I don't like having input from anyone else apart from Dave, who's the tester. I like to run my own show. The whole reason I want beer business is because I'm the boss. I get to say the fragrances, I get the oils. I just like being my own boss, and like, okay, that might fall down if I haven't got somebody else to blame, but I don't see the point, if I'm honest, because if you've got a brand that's good, why would you need to collaborate unless you think, I might get shouted out for this, but if you're weak, you'd want to collaborate with someone who's boss. So like I could go to like Andy, okay, beard things, you're the man, you're the boss, let's do a collaboration. And basically all you're doing is trying to like gag on to his success. Yeah. And that's not for me. I want my success to be my success. I don't want to have to tail end someone else to get me a little bit more exposure. That's not who I am. If I can't do it for me, I'm not going to tail end someone else It's not my bag. It might sound quite arrogant, but if I can't do it by myself, then I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. It's something which, obviously, with the Beardlution Wild Hair review, which we've seen.
I'm not going to knock someone for doing it because they've obviously seen a gap in the market where obviously two brands come together. But yeah, it's. I think because we're new and we just want to make our own sort of voice in the market and our own voice in the community, it's not something I'd look at right now because it just, for me personally, it just seems like I'm trying to hold on to someone who's better than me, their coattails, and that's not really where I need to be.
Yeah. Or as Johnny would turn around and say, #independent woman.
Yeah. Why have a business if you want to just gag onto someone else's success? That's not how I see us going forward. I want us to be good because we're good and because people like our product and because we've got that. I think a lot of what we've done lately has brought something sort of home to me. It was like, I'm really good at like building relationships. It's what I'm good at. I love that interaction with my customers. I love, the comments coming back. I love this is good. I don't like this one. That's what I thrive on. And I don't want that mixed in with somebody else's product. I want it all it sounds that selfish, but I want it all for me and all for my product. I don't want to be blending it with someone else's because it's just, it's not for me.
Well, I think
I agree because it's like, for me, down the line, eventually, when I'm like if I'm massively established and I've got like a brand that's smashing it and it's doing really well, then maybe I'd look at doing a collaboration. But I think now,
what is in it for you though? What is in it for you?
But that's the
as big as you are. What do you get out of it? Are you helping someone who's weaker? I don't want to look like I'm a weaker brand tagging onto you. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just not for me.
You put that business head on and say, like, why am I doing this? What are the objectives? What's the input versus the output? What am I putting into this and what am I going to get out of it? And for me, it's like a collaboration is something I would do for banter, for fun.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, for example, like this whole meme war thing's going on. If me and Big Fat funny, I'm all for it. But like, if it's to grow my brand, like unless I'm doing a collaboration with, I don't know, the big like beard company, some like fucking huge brand, like that, is it going to benefit me? Like, what are the actual genuine sales and like followers I'm going to gain from that? It's not much, and I like to collaborate in the way that what we're doing now. This is collaboration. This is collaboration. Why do we need to put products behind it? Why do we need to put sales behind it? It doesn't matter. Like, collaboration for me is helping each other out, talking shit, like you sending me your products, me sending you mine, and giving each other feedback. For me, that's a collaboration. Actually do it. I don't know. I see pros and cons from it, but like right now where I'm at, I don't really want to do one just because I don't think that my brand's big enough yet to do it. I don't think that my value is quite there to really help someone else, and I think the same thing like vice versa as well. I think I need to establish myself more and my brand more.
I think you need to focus on your own brand before you kind of water it down by involving someone else. But I think if you've got your brand and it's yours, and I don't know about you, but I'm quite not territorial, but this is my thing. This is how I want it. I don't need anybody else's input to make. Well, maybe I do. I might need someone else's input to make it better, but no, I don't want your input. It's mine, and I want it to go the way I want it to go. And it might fail, it might do well, but it's mine. But I don't want it watered down by someone else's input. I know that sounds really horrible, but
it doesn't sound horrible at all. It's genuine. It's facts. It's factual. Like, facts don't care about your fucking feelings. It's true.
At the end of the day, if it's a genuine collaboration, and something which is sort of really sort of, as Rusty was saying, both brands do pull their weight. And there is a sort of equal sort of collaboration, then I think it could work really, really well. But on the same side of it, if two brands are not, and one is pretty much doing all the work and sort of others are not, it's a little bit different. So Beardlution obviously done it. He did it for a laugh. He brought something new into the community, which I think it's true. Let's be totally honest. I've never seen two brands collaborate together before. Obviously, he's never been in for the money. I mean, Redeem does Beardlution. He does his stuff. He does his limited edition drops. Obviously, speaking to him, it's not about the money for him. It is about sort of let's get out there, let's do something different. And he does do things very, very different. I mean, you look at his branding style, and you look at like the Resurrection drop, which is going to be dropping soon. There's nothing really sort of out there like that. So I can sort of completely understand sort of what you're saying. But
so collaborations can be two types. Like, so for example, what Beardlution did there, I think that's brilliant because it was for a date. It was for Valentine's Day. It was a Valentine's Day collaboration, which made sense and it was good. It worked and it was fun. It was something different. But like something like that, like a short-term, quick collaboration, like say 20 or 50 products max. Yeah, brilliant. I think that's fucking cool because it does help each other out. It gives you exposure. It gives you that kind of it gives you new potential customers, and also it does show that you're part of the community. It does show you're part of the community. It's a good thing. But then at the same time, on the other foot, it's like, do you want to do it? Like, I mean, you've got to really weigh it up as like a business decision. Is it going to detriment you? Or is it going to make you better? I mean, like let's be honest. Like Beardlution's collaboration there. I mean, we've all seen the reviews. We know who came off better after that. We all know who came off better at that.
Yeah.
So we know that Beardlution made the right decision there. He did, and it was great, fucking brilliant. But then it's you got to be careful of who you do it with. I think as well. Do your brands and do your scents match up? Like, say if I was going to do one of my scents with Big Fat Beard, I'm nothing. Big Fat Beard's brilliant. I fucking love it, but our scents are completely fucking different. Completely different. So if me and him would do a collaboration, we'd have to both come up with different scent profiles that would match more. If we did one now, it just wouldn't work because I can't imagine wearing one of my oils or one of his balms because they're just so different. They're both fucking great, but they're just so polar oppositely different. Yeah. So you've got to be really careful about who you do it with, not just because of like an open and honesty thing and like kind of making sure that you do it the right way, but also, do our products really match? You know, is someone going to wear my oil with your balm? You know,
yeah,
I won't.
Yeah, but right. So we are 2 hours and 12 minutes in, and we're going to call that one for the day. So
we can't half talk, aren't we?
Exactly. That is a natural thing. That's what happens whenever you get people like us on the podcast. Things just flow almost too well, don't they? But no, like I said, we're 2 hours, 12 minutes in. I want to say massive thank you. Obviously, Annette, for coming on with us today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Andy,
brilliant.
Obviously, once again, as usual, co-hosting with me. And once again, thank you to everyone who is still with us, sort of 2 hours down the line. It's been another amazing podcast. Andy, finish off for me.
Before I do the sign out, I haven't really checked my Instagram since I've been on here. I'm looking forward to seeing the new memes and the beard warfare.
I get the course again.
Now.
And I tell you what, if anyone's there, make sure, let's start tagging FaceFur in on them, and there's plenty of pictures about where we can get her involved now as well.
All characters, if you don't mind. I don't really go to two shows. All the bad girls. That's me.
Harley Quinn. I see some Harley Quinn memes. I definitely see it happening.
There we go. All right, Andy, sign us off, mate.
Stay safe. Stay bearded. Peace the fuck out.